Hello everyone, June is officially over and today I'm here to share with you all of the books I acquired in June. There are some books I bought, there are some books I got from publishers, and there are some books I got from book boxes. So without further ado, because these are always so lengthy enough, let's get on to it. The first book I bought, and the only really full-length novel book I guess you could say I bought, was The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen. You guys know Sarah Dessen is one of my favorite YA contemporary authors. I would say that I fell in love with the genre because of her. She was probably one of my earliest authors I've ever read. She writes just really beachy summary reads. I have already read this and really enjoyed it. Basically in this book we follow a character named Emma, and Emma lives with her dad and her mom has passed away 5 years ago. Her mom was an addict and she never really knew her mom that well. Her mother struggled with addiction all throughout her life, and basically what happens is her dad gets remarried and he has to go on a honeymoon, and Emma's place where she was going to stay while her dad was on his honeymoon kind of fell through. So they decide for Emma to go off with her mom's mom, her grandmother pretty much, who's never really known, and basically her mom's family lives on this big lake. There's one side that's kind of the rich side where all hotels and extravagant things are, and on the other side there's kind of the blue collar people like motels and things like that, and that's where Emma's family's from. And so she goes and spends the summer there and she learns more about her mom that she never knew, and she meets family that she's never known she's had, and basically that's what this book is all about. I really enjoyed it. If you haven't been the biggest fan of Sarah Dessen's previous novels, like her past two, like me, I think this one's a lot better. It reminds me of her earlier works and I really enjoyed it and think it's a great summer read. Next three books I bought for myself for Mother's Day because you can do that, and they're all Buffy. So if you're tired of if you're tired of hearing me talk about Buffy, I'm sorry, it's not gonna stop. I do the Slay Along, which is a Buffy rewatch, and I've just fallen in love with it all over again. So I had to buy some books that I previously owned back in my heyday before I sold them all. And of course I'm talking about the Watcher's Guide. So the Watcher's Guides, if you're infamous with Buffy, are kind of just episode guides. So this one right here is volume 2. It covers seasons 3 and season 4, which we are currently on in Slay Along. And basically this came out before the internet was really a big thing where you couldn't go and wiki episodes and things like that. You got the Watcher's Guide to learn behind the scenes, to learn favorite quotes, to about their makeup and set design and things like that. I'm a huge fan of the Watcher's Guides. I always will be. Granted, I have not looked this up a lot lately because I use Wikipedia a lot to learn more, but I'm just glad I own these again. Like, even a list in here and everything. So I highly recommend if you're a Buffy fan to get these. I mean, I got it for ridiculously cheap on Amazon. And I also got the last Watcher's Guide. Oh, this one covers the last 3 seasons. Like I said, they're just great for episode guides and things like that. I love that one. And I also got this one that's really new. It's called the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Encyclopedia. This is the ultimate guide to Buffyverse. So if you want to know about Buffy, about Angel, even the comics are in here. So this is an encyclopedia. So you just look up a character's name or event's name and it'll have it in there. It goes into detail about certain characters, like my girl Anya right there. It's just really great. I need to have time to look at all these because I love them, but my plan is eventually when I have my full shelf right over here where it's like display things, I'm going to display the stack of Buffy stuff because you guys know I love Buffy. Like, I even love the blood splattered pages. So beautiful. Moving on to another piece of Buffy. My friend Amy so graciously sent me the Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic, I think this is. Yes. This is their new reimagining. This is volume 1, High School as Hell. There's like 4 volumes out now. I read it recently. I enjoyed it. I'm not a comic fan. I love Buffy, but I just don't jive well with comics, so I probably won't continue. Like, I might buy these just to have them, but I don't know if I'll read them. But I'd say if you just like comics and want a fun reimagining of Buffy, I would recommend this. It was fun in that regard, but I don't know. Thank you so much to Amy for sending this. She also sent me an Angel comic, which I'm currently reading right now, so it's on my bedroom table. Moving on to books sent by publishers. The first one is the Bromance Book Club by Lissa K. Adams. This got sent to me from Berkeley. I love the cover of this. It's just everything. So this book is literally what it says. It's about a guy named Gavin who is a second baseman and his marriage is in trouble. He discovered a humiliating secret. His wife has always faked the big oh. When he loses his cool, when he learns that, it's a final straw for their already strained relationship. She asks for a divorce and he realizes that it's let his pride and fear get the better of him. So he decides to start this book club, a romance book club made of Nashville's top alpha men with the help of their current read, esteemed Regency novel called Courting a Countess. The guys coach Gavin on saving his marriage, but it'll take a lot more than flowery words and grand gestures for this hapless Romeo to find his inner hero and win back the trust of his life. What? Like, it's about guys that read romance novels to help connect with women. Yes, like, I'm here for it. It sounds like a really good plot and really fun. This one does not come out until November, so we got a while, but keep your eyes on it because I think this is going to be big because I think it just sounds really fun. I got a stack of book mail from Simon, and the first one they sent me is the Modern Fairy Tales. This is the whole complete set of the Tithe series by Holly Black. I know there's a fairy along or something like that going on that a whole bunch of my friends are hosting. They're reading every Holly Black novel. I think they just finished Tithe, so they might be going on to Valiant. I tried reading Tithe years ago. I never got into it, but ever since reading The Cruel Prince, I'm kind of into the whole fairy thing and the Holly Black thing, so I might have to check it out again. And it's handy that all three of them are in this big old book right here, but either way, I will definitely keep this and maybe try it again. Let me know if you think I will like it. I would love to hear your thoughts because I really trust your opinions on what I will like. They also sent me Virtually Yours by, I'm not going to try to pronounce this author because I will butcher it and I don't want to do that, but either way, it looks like a really adorable novel. I don't know anything about it. It says, how bad can one little virtual lie be? It's about a freshman named Miriam who hasn't dated anyone in 5 months, not since her high school sweetheart Caleb broke up with her. So she decides to take a new virtual reality dating service. It's a big deal when one of her 3 matches is none other than Caleb himself, except that one of her other matches, Jeremy, soon to become her in real life friend. Miriam's heart is telling her one thing, but the app is telling her another. Which should she trust? Is all fair in modern love? It sounds like it's gonna be a really cute novel. I'm up for that. Also sent me Hungry Hearts, which is a YA anthology. It's 13 Tales of Love and Food. I love the cover of this. I love everything about this, honestly. So basically, this has a whole bunch of, it has 13 tales in it, but it says, welcome to Hungry Hearts Row, where the questions to life's hard questions are kneaded, rolled, and baked. What a typical greeting is, have you had anything to eat? We're matching in food or in love, or sometimes one and the same. Told in interconnected short stories, Hungry Hearts explores the many meanings food could take on beyond mere nourishment. It can symbolize love and despair, family, culture, belonging, and homes. I love this. It's going to have interconnected short stories all about food because food is really important in a lot of cultures and how people live their lives, honestly. And I just love reading books about food. I love watching movies about food, anything about food, like I'm there for it. So I'm very excited to learn more about different cultures and how they identify with food. So I can't wait to read it. In case you're wondering, the authors in this are S.K. Ali, Adi Al-Said, Elise Chapman, Sanian Menon, Rebecca Roadhouse, and a whole bunch of other authors. So I'm really going to read that very soon because I can't wait. And the last one Simon sent to me is Something Like Gravity by Amber Smith. Look at this beautiful cover. I don't know much about this one either. It's about Chris and Maya, I want to say, aren't off to a great start. They're first brought together when they crash on the road, but they're neighbors. Chris has come out as transgender, but he's still processing as a frightening assault he survived the year before. Maya is grieving the loss of her older sister and trying to figure out her place in the world without her. Falling in love is the last thing on either of their minds, but would it be so bad if it happened anyway? So that's going to be awesome for diversity, transgender, and all those many things. So I cannot wait. So thank you so much to Simon for sending me all of that amazing book mail. Next up, I have from Delacour Press, My Ideal Boyfriend is a Croissant by Laura Dockrell. Well, I'm not going to disagree. I love bread. So basically this is about 16-year-old Bluebell, who also known as BB. She lives her life unapologetically. She loves life. She loves food. But then she has a worse than asthma attack. Her mom insists she goes to the doctor. Then she's told she's overweight and pre-diabetic and must lose weight, and they keep a food diary. To get out of this immediate health crisis, she agrees to make an effort. Then a tragedy occurs and things get seriously complicated. Okay, as for the food diary though, she doesn't document what she's eating, she documents what she's feeling, and she has a lot to say. This laugh out loud novel, brimming with body positivity, bite-sized nuggets of feminism, and commentary on eating will have readers rooting for BB as she navigates the world. That sounds awesome. As a plus-size girl myself, it's hard. It is so hard to try to balance things, and I don't balance them at all well. So I'm all for a book that's about body positivity and feminism and just being comfortable in your own skin. I struggle with that daily. Like, I'm just not. I wish I was as body positive about myself as I am other people, but I'm just not, sadly. One day maybe I'll get there, but either way, I can't wait to read this. I love the title of this book. Like, no one's ever gonna have a title like this book ever again like this. Next up, from Imprint, I believe, I have The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. This is a YA historical mystery, if I'm not mistaken. It's a gothic psychological thriller with a haunting twist. So basically, the southern tip of South America looms an isolated finishing school. Legend has it the land will curse those who settle there, but for Mavi, a bold Buenos Aires native fleeing the military regime that took her mother, it offers an escape to a new life. So she embraces the strangeness of the house, despite its warnings not to roam at night. But someone important is missing, and when students and teachers alike began to behave if possessed, the forces haunting this unholy cliff will no longer be ignored. I did not know about this book before I got it, but it sounds really interesting. Like, I want to read this. It sounds scary, but I think I might try it. I've heard iffy things about it, so maybe that's why it hasn't been on my radar. So if you know anything about it, let me know. Last book I have before I get into my book boxes, I got sent to me from William Morrow, and that is Growing Things by Paul Tremblay. He also wrote The Cabin at the End of the World, which I heard is a really good kind of horror novel, which is probably why I haven't read it. But this is, I think, short stories. It's featuring 19 pieces of short fiction. Growing Things and Other Stories is an exciting and disquieting glimpse into Paul Tremblay's fantastically fertile imagination. I read some of them, like the synopsis, and they do sound as creepy as they're putting off. So I don't know if I'll read this like I want to, but can I is the real question we're asking ourselves here. Lastly, we have book boxes. The first one is Sorcery of Thorns, Margaret Rogerson. I got this in my Outcrate version. Look how shiny. It's a world where all sorcerers are considered as evil, and it's about a girl named Elizabeth who works at a library, and basically they like hold all the secrets and everything. And then a sabotage releases the library's most dangerous grimoire. Elizabeth's desperate intervention implicates her in crime, and then she has to pair herself with a actual sorcerer named Nathaniel, and I think things happen from there. She also wrote an Enchantment Ravens, which I never finished because I did not enjoy it, but I've heard good things about this one, so do I dare read it or not? I don't know. I'm always so iffy, like, should I try it or should I not? When in reality, I should probably just try it. And the last 3 books I got are from Book of the Month. So now Book of the Month has a YA selection. So in case you've been interested in Book of the Month and you're just not interested in their adult selections, they have a YA selection now. So they don't have just one YA book. They have 5 YA books you can pick out. I will leave the link down below if you want to sign up for it. I think there's a coupon code with it and everything. I'm an affiliate with them. So I like Book of the Month. I like how you can pick what books you want. But in case, like I said, you really like Book of the Month, but you don't like their adult selections, check out their YA selections. You might find more there. The link is down below. So the YA selection I got this month is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, which I've heard amazing things about. Book, I love the cover of it, by the way, and everything about it. I need to read it as soon as possible. It's about a girl named Amani who is a single mom, I believe, and she's working in a kitchen after she graduates. She knows it's not worth her time to pursue the impossible. Basically, I think it's about her dream to be a chef, and she can't really do that because she's a single mom. So I think it's about her embracing her dreams and going for it, even though she's a mom. Being a mom doesn't hold you back at all. So I can't wait to read this. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I will want to read this very soon, honestly. 2 adult books I got from Book of the Month. The first one is Recursion by Blake Crouch. She also wrote Dark Matter, which I read a couple years ago and really enjoyed. It's a sci-fi kind of thriller, and this is the same vein, honestly. I can't tell you what it's about. I don't really get it. I think it's about a guy that investigates a thing or something to do with memories and things like that. I don't know. Blake Crouch's books, they're really hard to read for me because they have scientific things in it, and I'm not very science-y at all. Like, I failed at it a lot in school, I'll tell you that much right now. Like, I'm not science, math, not me. His books are so intriguing, and they would make great movies, but I really enjoy Dark Matter, so I definitely want to read Recursion, even though I told you nothing what it's about, so I failed you. I'm sorry. And the last book I got from Book of the Month is Summer of '69 by Aline Hildebrand. She has written tons of books, none of which I have read. Maybe this will be my first one. Obviously, with the title alone, you can tell that this is about the summer of '69, the classic Bryan Adams song. If you haven't heard it, what are you doing? Look at the back. Like, this is like a freaking Beach Boys cover. I'm here for it. Like, I'm all about it. So I think this is about a family, pretty much, that something happens to them at the summer of '69. So they're spending their summer in downtown Nantucket. It's 11 families. So each year, the children are looking forward to spending their summer at Nantucket. So I think it follows all of the children and their many adventures. I think this is a great summer read. Hopefully I will have time to read it this summer. If not, next summer for sure. So there you have it. Those are all the books I have to share with you guys in my June book haul. If you've read any of them or know about them, please share with them down in the comments. You guys really help me decipher what I should read and what I should probably not read. So I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.